day 4 of the tour of Murray River, and we're in the historic town of Echuca. The port of Echuca taking us back to yesteryear, where the paddle steamers used to ply their trade up and down the mighty Murray River. We've got 2 stages today, out and back courses from Echuca, the men and the women. The women will go first, they'll tackle the 91 kilometres this morning, and then this afternoon we have the men's event. In the women's event, we have our tour leader, Catherine Garfoot. She has a 24-second lead over Felicity Wardlaw, and we have National Road Series leader, Ruth Corset, in third. In the green jersey, we have Judith Betts, the young Queenslander, and we have the most aggressive rider in the red jersey, which will be Lisa Keeling from the Bicycle Superstore.
I think it's going to be pretty aggressive because there are a few teams that are pretty tight on GC, and there's quite a few that are fair way down as well that will be looking for, I guess, an opportunistic stage win. So I think it'll be fireworks. It'll be actually really fun racing.
Final predictions for the stage today is a little bit difficult. We saw at this criterium in Swan Hill that the lesser lights of 1 or 2 teams were allowed to go in the breakaway and take advantage for themselves. Then we saw in the time trial that the real stars came to the front. Garfoot, Corset, Wardlaw and Wysack. They're the strong ladies in the race, and they're the ones who did the star time trials yesterday.
They're on their way, stage 3 of the women's 2013 Tour of the Murray River.
Stage 3 of the women's tour of the Murray River rolled out amongst the canola fields. And within 4 kilometres, action aplenty, but for all the wrong reasons. Sophie Mackay of the Boss Racing team hit the deck. She took a lot of skin off, but she did get up, she did get back in the convoy and made it back to the peloton. First sprint of the day was at around 39 kilometres. We saw Crystal Wemers take that sprint out from the green leader jersey, Judith Betts. Straight after that sprint, we saw the springboard attack start. We saw 10 bike riders leap off the front of the group. They went out to as much as 2 minutes and 30 seconds at one point, which was a big deal for Judith Betts and Sophie Mackay, the faller from earlier in the stage. They were actually first and second on the road overall.
So I was really aggressive in the first 30 k's of the race, just trying to get a breakaway up a road to make sure we had someone covered for the sprints. We didn't want to give any time bonuses.
With around 20 kilometres to go, we saw the second sprint of the day. Judith Betts, the green leader's jersey wearer, she won that sprint to consolidate her lead. The 10 girls in the breakaway were working very well together, except for one rider, Bicycle Superstore rider, Carly Mackay. She didn't assist to the breakaway whatsoever. The reason for that is she was there as the policewoman. She's got a rider, Felicity Wardlaw, third overall. If Wardlaw could get back across to the breakaway, she then had a teammate, fresh as a daisy, ready to go through and help her towards the finish. As they came into town, it was touch and go for all the riders in the top 10. No one willing to give an inch in the run-in. The breakaway stayed clear, and Carly Mackay, she took advantage of the situation and took the biggest win of her cycling career thus far.
It's going to be the girl from Bicycle Superstore. Did not go to the front in the stage whatsoever.
Oh, Boo! That is so big!
Oh, I'm absolutely ecstatic. To win an NRS stage, it just wasn't what I was expecting, and I just couldn't be more excited about it.
Just towards the finish, the 2 teams, Pensar Racing and Bicycle Superstore, combined forces to start chasing the group down. Catherine Garfoot led the field home, 1 minute 37 down, to retain her overall leader's jersey.
We wanted to close it, but we saw that was kind of impossible, so we worked really hard, and thanks so much for the support of the Bicycle Superstore girls who helped us to kind of keep the GC in order.
Yeah, I've just put some numbers on the frame, some of the riders that are in contention for this tour, and I think today could be a good chance for a breakaway. So I've got to make sure, I get in the right move without those numbers on my frame. I think it could be quite an exciting day out there. I think there could be a few splits in the peloton, and I think a breakaway might stay away today. And I think a lot of riders are expecting it to be a bunch sprint, but the element of surprise could be the main factor today.
The race got underway very, very fast and frantic indeed. There was a split very early on in the race. A good group of 70 riders went clear of 30 riders, and all it was riders were just attacking and attacking and attacking in the left-hand gutter to try and split the race up. The first sprint of the day was taken out by the green jersey leader, Jesse Kerrison. He took it out very nicely in front of race leader Tom Palmer up there in third place. And we also saw Scott Law up there into second. next sprint, once again, was taken out by Jesse Kerrison, but there was another rider showing his speed, and that was Shannon Johnson from Charter Mason. We then hurtled towards the finish. Charter Mason knew they had a rider who had the goods on the type of finish that we had here today. The control of Drapac cycling team took the bunch to nearly 70 kilometres an hour as they hurtled towards the finish. As they lined up for the finish, Drapac cycling team took them through the corner, but there was no match for the speed of Shannon Johnson, the Charter Mason rider, kicking out very heavily into the right-hand gutter and holding off a very, very fast finishing Scott Law from GPM Data 3.
Bloody awesome actually. It's my little girl's 5th birthday today, hence the pink socks, so I copped a little bit of flack in the peloton for it, but if I couldn't be there for my daughter's 5th birthday, I'd better have won, otherwise I'd probably go home and get divorced. I didn't come to the Tour of Murray just to finish 4th, I came here to win stages. I came and rode the last 3Ks this morning, so they were swapping off at 60k an hour coming into 3k to go, and it got really messy. Waves of riders were coming around over the top, but you know, it just worked. It was, you know, it's perfect.
So once again, Drapac Cycling's Tom Palmer retains the jersey going into tomorrow's 6th stage from Nathalia to Cobram, 104.7 kilometres. The women's 4th stage will have a 68.3 kilometre race, Nathalia around the Cobram Road Race Circuit.